Hope you're having an amazing day. Here I have the Be Quiet Straight Power 1200 watt ATX 3.0 power supply. And you can also get this power supply from 750 watt up to 1500 watt. From a power supply perspective, this has everything you will need from the newest PCI 5.0 for your GPU and the ATX 3.0 compliance. You also get the 6+2 connectors as well. Pretty much this will work for your current and upcoming system as well. So this is an 80 plus platinum PSU, comes with Silent Wings 135mm fan, and this also comes with the usual Japanese capacitors rated at 105 Celsius and with a 10-year warranty. So with all of that out of the way, so let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we have inside. And then we're also going to do like a tear down just so you can kind of see like what's inside the power supply as well. Looking at the packaging itself here, nothing really that special here. And here we have the power supply. So it does come with that 135 Silent Wings fan there. So we do get two PCI 5.0 inputs here, and this is the back here. So you just have pretty much the power cable and then on off. There's no like option to go ahead and switch it to eco mode or anything like that. Some like power supplies do have that. So one thing is you're not getting like individually sleeved cables or anything like that. Pretty much this is what you're getting. But it still looks good. Everything is like in black, so there's no like colors or anything like that sticking out, which is nice. So this is one of the PCI 5.0 cables here. By the looks of it, everything seems pretty straight. And here we got the rest of the cables here. As you can see, this is like not your usual power supply cable. And just as a comparison, pretty much this is like probably what you're used to for your power supply. And here, this is what you're getting. Usually I'm used to better packaging from the Be Quiet product, so the packaging was a little bit of a letdown. But overall, the main components look pretty good here so far. Looking at all the cables that we get here, so we got the 24-pin cable for your motherboard. And then we also have a combination of SATA and hard drive cables here as well. So you have two of these PCI 5.0 cables, but most likely if you have like an RTX 4080, 4090, you're just gonna need one of these. You're pretty much gonna be storing one of them. One thing I was actually looking at with these cables just to make sure everything is pretty straight, but everything looks pretty good here because there's still people having issues with these kind of cables. Personally, I've had quite a few of these Be Quiet power supply. I've never had any issues with these cables. And I've gone ahead, unplugged, plugged in, different types, and haven't had any issues. But from what I've been like reading and seeing, there's still people having a lot of issues. So just make sure, like whenever you're plugging this in, just make sure it's plugged in all the way. Also, just keep an eye if you're playing any game or doing any renders. Just go ahead and just kind of like touch it with your hand sometimes and just make sure it's not like getting too hot. If you have a thermal imaging, that would make things way easier to look into, but you can just like tap it and see if it, because usually it just stays kind of warm. It's not supposed to get hot. So keep an eye out for that. So right now, let's go ahead and open up this power supply up and just so you can see like kind of what's inside here. So this whole side just comes off. One thing you have to kind of be careful is the cable for the fan is right here. So we got to do the unboxing, also a little bit of a look inside here, just so you can get an idea like what kind of components and everything this power supply is using here if you're planning on buying it. One thing is, I know I'm gonna get a question is, does the fan, is there like whining noises? Well, with this one, we're gonna go ahead and find out in the next video. On prior Be Quiet power supplies that I've been using, really haven't had any issues with any of those noises coming in. The fans are pretty silent. Usually I like these kind of fans here. They're pretty solid. But we're definitely gonna go ahead and find out if there's any sort of noise coming out of this after. Really hope you enjoyed watching this. Go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions about this certain power supply here. I'll see you on the next video.